Hello, thank you for joining me again today. We're going to look at the Peak Design Messenger 13-inch. And I just got this bag. I'm preparing for my trip to Germany, Poland, and Czech Republic, and thought, you know, I probably should look at my bag. The bag I was planning on taking is over 10 years old. And while it serves me well, I started to really like what they were doing here with Peak Design, and it intrigued me enough, I figured I'd try it out. So let's take a look and see what we think. Okay, so here's what it looks like when it's fully loaded. When they show you the pictures online, of course, it's probably kind of empty. And I know they have some other videos going on, but I've got it fully loaded with my basic gear that I'll be taking. I'll probably toss in a few things like my sunglasses and whatnot, but you can see it's almost all the way out to the top of loading. So as we open it up, got my gear in there. This is a 6D. And then I've got a 2470 with the F4 and IS on there. Got the padded part of my strap. And then I've got the 16 to 35 F4 with IS. And then I've got the 70 to 300 F4 to 5.6, also with image stabilization. And so that's in the main compartment. And one thing I want to point out that I did as well, way down there at the bottom, you can see there's some white foam right in there as that flap closes. The bottom was a little bit on the thin side of things, so I took out these two dividers, which are really cool. I love how they fold and they segment off different areas if you got them set just right. So I took out these two dividers and I inserted this little piece of foam because there just wasn't enough padding on the bottom, and I figured it's nice and solid because it won't tip over or nothing like that. But if I were to set my gear down a little bit extra hard or some otherwise have it jiggle around or something, I wanted some extra foam in there. So I put this in there, and then I cut these holes in the foam so these little guys could squeeze right through it, and so they're able to poke through and get to the Velcro and hold fast. And so that is a little bit of an addition that I did to this bag. The bag also on the back side has a sleeve for a 13-inch notebook computer, and since my computer is 15-inch, I'm going to be using it for my journal. I didn't want the 15-inch because it's just going to be too big, and I don't like carrying my computer everywhere I go. So the next thing on this bag, I love the latching mechanism. You see these bars here and how there's a little bit of a magnet thing on this to kind of help keep it in place. But then it's got this little hook here, and then this is also spring loaded and it comes out. So if it's not a loaded bag like it is now, you can collapse it and it goes all the way shut and it's nice and trim. But when it's fat, because it's loaded up, it goes on to the first or second of those rungs there. This section is kind of convenient. It's really nice. I've got my battery charger and the car adapter for the battery charger. It kind of would be nice if there was a dedicated place for holding pens that's long enough for holding a pen. You can see I got my lens pen here, but really they always end up just at the bottom anyway. These are color coordinated, so that's kind of interesting if there's anything you want to do with that. But I'm going to carry batteries on this side, and then I'll do a couple of memory cards here. And I've got a cleaning cloth and headphones, and then my other power adapter since I'm going to Europe. And then along the sides we've got different little kind of stuff pouches. They're not closable, so you want to make sure whatever you're putting in there either has a lot of friction and stays in by itself, or if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. So I've got a towel that I'm going to be just shoving in here. This would be in case I'm in any misty regions or days or whatever the case is, and I just need to wipe the overall camera down. And then on this side, it's got a little bit of a lanyard type idea. And then I've got my filter pouch attached to it. So these are my polarizer filters. So that just shoves in there nice. It's got some kind of pass-through item here, some kind of, you could attach something, I'm sure, to that, which is probably all right to do, to think about doing. It's got a quick access, so you can leave it shut. Yeah, still pull out your gear. So that's kind of nice. And then one more thing on the lid. It's got this pass-through for a tripod leg. And I would show that to you, except for the camera that I'm videoing this on now is on the tripod itself that I would put in there. And then it comes with the rubber band item to go around. Once you stick one tripod leg through here, it comes out here, and then it folds over, and you got the two legs of the tripod coming across the top here. You put the band around the legs to keep it from sliding out. And it's a pretty neat system. I actually like that for carrying the tripod. And then finally, the strap. One complaint I have about this is the strap, while it looks really strong, it's made out of seatbelt type material. It's also continuing here, and we don't have any kind of a non-skid type item. This is really slick. The top of it has some rubberized coating, and it's really great. I wish we could have had a band or something like that here, so it wouldn't slide off if you're only slinging it over one shoulder. If you want to take it off, it's this mechanism here, and then it just slides out, and then you can see how I can lengthen that here by attaching it, which is nice. The other side is kind of nice. It has pretty much of a quick release item, so it really slides quick. You can slide it up and down, and then you latch it for securing it. And then tucked here in these areas, kind of hard to get out when the bag is full. Okay, finally got that out, and then it's another one of their unique slider mechanisms, and then it just goes around your waist. Obviously that's not about carrying any weight, it's really just about controlling it as it's slapped around and on your back, and then this just gives you a little extra support to control it. Alright, so the last thing is to try it on. Again, this is a 13-inch. I'm kind of a bigger fellow, being about 6 feet 1 inch tall. And I like it right about here. I'm so used to, though, carrying my shoulder bags just on one shoulder, and that just slides right off. So that's really not an option with this bag. You have to do it over the other shoulder, the opposing shoulder. And then certainly a really quick and easy access if you want to open the whole thing up. Go at it that way. And then finally, if I were to sling that all the way around the side and bring this to attach there, and then it's well controlled, but it still can sling around, and it's just not going to leave fly around and leave your body, that kind of a thing. Okay, so thank you for watching, and hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll do what I can to help you out with answering those questions. And also, I haven't used this bag yet. This is all about, from what I see, kind of impressed, but the ultimate test is coming up in less than 3 weeks, so about 2.5 weeks. I'm heading off to Berlin, and then I'll be heading off to Prague, Krakow, and a bunch of other places, ending up in Photokina, so I'm very excited about that. But that will be the ultimate test, I think, for a bag like this, because I bought it because I'm a travel photographer and I want to see how it manages when I do that. So, until next time, happy shooting.